expected, the minister went on to provide his analogy that the PAP is like a bus driver chosen by the people. I wonder if Minister Shanmugam takes buses. Buses, as you and I know, travel on fixed route. What the commuter can do is to hop on only if it's going where the bus is heading. And if he wants to go somewhere else, the bus driver will sue them out and tell them, you won't take another bus. He went on to say that the bus should have some people chosen as MPs to sit behind the driver to keep watch on what the driver is doing and ask him questions. When the bus driver falls asleep and drives towards a ravine, will you go behind them and only ask him, hey uncle, why are you sleeping? Can we wake up or not? The bus is going to get down, you know. Slap him there! Yesterday, the PAP candidate for Sengkang West, SMC, Dr. Lam, accused opposition parties of disappearing immediately after GE 2006 and returning only recently. I would like to ask Dr. Lam, with the government withdrawing boundaries at every election at their whim and fancy, having the Sengkang West SMC and Punggol East SMC only cut up recently, how are we going to appear in a previously non-existent war? We certainly would love to do more to reach out to the residents. But do you know that we are kept out by barriers set by the PAP? Firstly, when opposition parties want to organize activities in other constituencies other than Hougang, an application must be made to the town council for the use of the venue. I think all of you know that. We apply for such permit to hold dialogue session and forum with residents at the void decks. Our application was rejected. Secondly, the PAP has made it almost impossible for the opposition to have a grassroots foothold, which means a physical venue to launch activities in PAP constituencies. This is done through two ways. One, the PAP Community Foundation, PCF. And second, the People's Association, short form PA. Not PAP, PA. The PAP Community Foundation, PCF, is set up by the PAP to offer free school education. I think many of us know that. Your children might have gone to there, and what they first learn is PAP. So you know the intention, right? They receive funding from the government. The HDB also rented the premises to PCF with very cheap rental. Then, the PCF, after renting from the HDB with such a cheap rental, then they sublet to PAP. That is why you see, at every constituency, there is a PAP branch, which usually is next to the PCF or the kindergarten. But Workers' Party has no branches. Why? Because We cannot afford the rental. If you want to set up a branch, you've got to go and tender from the open market. You know how much is a shop house? Even for me, I'm an elected member of parliament in Hougang. I have to sit at the void deck to conduct Meet the People session, whilst PAP MP conduct them in aircon rooms. Sometimes, some foreign reporters who come to Singapore, they interview me, and they wonder why an elected member of parliament conducts Meet the People session at the void deck. So much for our first world nation. I told them, this is how our first world government treats us. Next is the People's Association. It is also funded by the government, headed by the PM, and its board directors is made up of PAP appointees. They run all grassroots organizations, including the residents' committees and the community club, making sure that opposition is kept out of the grassroots in terms of institutional structure. Opposition MPs are not allowed to make use of community club facilities to organize costs and activities for residents. But PAP MPs are free to do so. I thought community clubs are meant for community, not to protect the PAP's interests. In Hougang, the PAP candidate who lost the election becomes the grassroots advisor. No, they don't retire. They become grassroots advisor. He runs all residents' committees and community clubs. And where government bodies work with him instead of me, the elected MP. Even for things like lift upgrading program, when my town council had to pay a substantial sum of money to the HDB, he is the one to launch it. This allows the potential PAP candidates at the next election to take part in grassroots activities in Hougang and maintain an extensive grassroots network, even though he was not elected. Some people say, we in the opposition like to whine about unfairness. And the PAP shamelessly say that the election is a level playing field. One man, one vote. But when they ask me to play a game of soccer, they use a goalpost smaller than the ball. I know you wish to have a voice in Parliament. I know you want the government to respond to your concerns about high cost of living and other issues affecting your life. If you elect Workers' Party candidates into Parliament, we will see to it that you have your questions answered. Therefore, I urge you to vote Workers' Party and move towards a first world Parliament. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now 10 o'clock. We have to close the rally. Thank you very much for your coming tonight. and good night. Tomorrow's Workers' Party rally will be at Nishun. It's at Nishun Stadium. At Nishun Stadium. Thank you very much. Good night.